Awesome. Hello, good morning, or whatever time it is in the world. Hello, out there in the balcony, love streaming land. Yes, I'm Reverend Edith Washington Woods. I'm so grateful to be the senior minister here on this wonderful, sunshiny day. Yes, we're so grateful for the sun. And I want to welcome anyone who is here for the first time. Anyone here, never been here before, raise your hand. Hi there in the back. And anybody out there in the balcony who hasn't been here before, who are love streaming with us, please place your name in the chat and let us know. Just say, hey, I'm new. What about anyone who hasn't been with us for a while? If you haven't been here for a while, just raise your hand. Put your name in the chat. Hello, hello, hello. So good to see you. Yes. Okay, so we're welcoming everyone, and those who like to play with their phone, I invite you to get on our YouTube channel or our Facebook page and just say good morning to folks. I'll be doing that in a few minutes when I sit down. So let us take a moment to bring ourselves together by opening with prayer. Settling in wherever we are, noticing the space we're in, our breath that we breathe. And in this wonderful moment, we pray from this space. God, the good Spirit, that which is omniscience, that which is everywhere, that which is flowing gently in the winds and gently through us. We give thanks for this day as we come together to be with each other, to listen, to hear, and to take part in this wonderful Sunday celebration. May we enter it with an open heart, the heart that is ready to listen to the still small voice within us. As we come together, we give thanks, and so it is. Amen. And our vision statement is on the board. We just going to keep saying it until we all know it by heart. How about that? You like that? Let's say it together. Being love, joy, and harmony, we expand the consciousness of our oneness. Let's say it again. Being love, joy, and harmony, we expand the consciousness of oneness. Yes. And now we have our opening song, I Am Opening Up to the Good. And if you want, you might want to stand and dance, and if not, just wiggle in your seats, and that's good. All right?
Good morning, everyone.
Way to open up today. Thank you, Deletta and the band. My name is Sharon, and I am here to highlight just a few of the transformational opportunities we have here at Unity of Gaithersburg. Please see our newsletter or the handout that the greeters gave you on the way in for everything. But first,
today, well, it's the first Sunday in March, and so we do birthdays and anniversaries the first week of the month. Anybody having a March birthday or a March anniversary of any sort, raise your hand, stand up, jump up and down, whatever you want to do. Hello back there. Yay. Hi. Happy birthday. Out there in Love Streaming Land, y'all in the balcony, put it in the chat. That's the only way we're going to know. And why don't we sing a little birthday something, something for him, okay? Yeah? All right, together? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, birthday. Happy birthday to you. Yes. Okay. There you go.
So 4T is in process, but you can still join today. It'll be here in the sanctuary beginning at 1:30. And as our speakers before have said, change your mind, change your life. We have a moon circle, a gathering of women, coming up on Friday, March 22nd. Potluck dinner is at 6, and the celebrating the sacred space is from 7 to 9. There is a suggested love offering of only $15, and you can sign up. Yes, it's at the bottom of the slide. You can also just go to our website or our newsletter. Rev Edith, would you like to speak with regards to Rev Steve?
Yes, I was just saying good morning on Facebook. I did YouTube. Hello out there. So those of you who read our newsletter, and those of you who may not have known yet, Reverend Steve Colliday, who was the transitional minister here for 9 months before I came, he passed away a little over a week ago on Friday before. And so we just really want to celebrate him and to celebrate who he was for this community and who he was for the many communities he served during the time that he's been a unity minister and before. And so let's just send him love, knowing that he's soaring, flying, the spirit of him is free, there is no more discomfort. Yes, yes, yeah. And Sharon has something she wants to announce. Yes, you're welcome.
Oh, as you all know, we have a beautiful celebration garden just outside the front doors. And we have honored every minister that has served here. And we would very much like to honor Rev Steve, even though his tenure was short. Had it not been for him, we would not have taken a look at who we were and who we wanted to be. It was not an easy task for him or for us. So our next stone installation ceremony will be on Remembrance Day, which is the first Sunday in November. We ask that in your tithes, if you would like to contribute to his memorial stone, please just let that be known. We will be ordering the stone in mid-September to have it in time for the 1st of November. And we thank you in advance. And as you know, the foundation of unity is prayer. Our prayer chaplains are rigorously trained to pray with you, to uplift you, so that you can find your divinity. Our prayer chaplain today is David. He's also one of your greeters. If you choose to pray in person with him today, or you can drop a prayer request in the box at the back of the sanctuary under Peace. And now for our daily word, our youth will read that for you.
Good morning. Here is the daily word for Sunday, March 3rd, 2024. The word for today is grace. And our affirmation is, the grace of God surrounds and enfolds me. I'll say it again. The grace of God surrounds and enfolds me. From the moment I greet the day to the moment I rest at night, I am enfolded in the grace of God. I find grace in the rhythm and balance of the natural world. It is in the beauty of a sunrise and sweet, gentle rain. I find grace in the sweet souls with whom I share this beautiful planet. The faces of my dear ones and others who I meet throughout the day. Grace is the presence of God made manifest, as it does for the world around me. Grace blesses my life as well. It is the unexpected kindness, the serendipity, the forgiven error. It is the assurance I carry in the deepest recesses of my soul that I am loved, treasured, and secured in the heart of God. And our verse from the book of 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 14, and the grace of our Lord overflowed for me with the faith and love that are in Christ Jesus. Now let's take a moment to reflect on the word for today, grace. And now Jonathan will be coming up.
Hi. Es domingo, marzo 3 de 2024. La palabra diaria, gracia. La afirmación es la gracia de Dios me rodea y me envuelve. Desde el momento en que saludo el día hasta el momento en que descanso por la noche, estoy envuelto en la gracia de Dios. Encuentro gracia en el ritmo y el equilibrio del mundo natural, en la belleza de un amanecer y en una lluvia suave y dulce. También descubro gracia en las almas amables con quienes comparto este hermoso planeta, ya sea en los rostros de mis seres queridos o en las personas que encuentro a lo largo del día. La gracia es la presencia manifestada de Dios. Bendice mi vida y el mundo que me rodea. Esa bondad inesperada, la serendipia, el error perdonado. Es la seguridad absoluta de que soy amado, apreciado y estoy seguro en el corazón de Dios. De 1 Timoteo capítulo 1, verso 14. Pero la gracia de nuestro Señor fue más abundante con la fe y el amor que es en Cristo Jesús. Thank you.
So, now is the time for our book Sunday, this family Sunday, for those of you who don't know. And all the children who want to can come down front and sit down here. We don't show the children online. So you could come down here and sit down. And my book for today is Peace Begins With You. And you see it on your screen. And it's by a lady named Catherine Scholes, illustrated by Robert Ingpen. Now, I want to tell you something about Miss Catherine. She is from Tasmania, Australia. And I found her on Facebook. And she contacted me back to give me permission to read this book within 30 minutes. Yes. And she talked about wishing that it was in Japanese because the Japanese pronunciation and pictures are so much prettier than what she did. But she doesn't speak Japanese just like I don't, and so that could not happen. You could do it? Yes. So it is a lot of words, so I am going to skip around and have a bunch of little marks here. And again, the book's title is Peace Begins With Me. With you. Yeah, with you. Okay, those of you who can turn around, you can turn around and see the pictures because the words are really little. Then there are, I started a little further back than I wanted. Here we go. The book is here. Peace can feel warm, bright, and strong, or calm, cool, and gentle. It can be found in a place that is busy and loud, and be missing in the calmest, quietest place on earth. Peace means different things to different people in different places at different times in their lives. So, what is peace? Where does it come from, and how can I find it? And how can you keep it? There are some things you need just to stay alive, like food, water, and a place to live, right? Everybody needs that. Yeah. Clothes to keep you warm. We all have them on, so I guess we're warm. And help when you are, help when you are ill or injured. Peace is having the things you need. So this is an example of kids carrying water on top of their head. I know, you don't carry water on top. You could go home and, don't go home and try it, but you could, but don't. Then there are things that you want to help make life good. So things that you want and things that you need. They could be small things like a hot cup of chocolate. You might have did that yesterday since it was raining. Or something hot, I don't know. Or maybe going for a walk, or sometimes having a special place to be alone with your friends. So you have places where you're alone with your friends? Huh? Sometimes? Your cousins, friends and cousins. Okay, moving on. Everybody is different. They want and need different things in different places at different times in our lives. Peace is being allowed to be different. Y'all hear that? Peace is being allowed to be different and letting others be different from you. Sometimes other people outside the problems that we may have can help this happen. They can say if someone is being unfair or breaking the rules or having an argument. They can suggest ways of solving the problem so that peace is not interrupted. And sometimes they come together even when they are not being peaceful. For there are always choices that can be made. Some choices threaten peace, some choices protect it. Every day, people make choices about peace at home, at school, at work. So is that what you guys do? You make choices for being at peace at home, at school? How about y'all out there with work? Or those who are not working? Yes? Moving right along. Some kinds of choices are made when there are problems between one country or another. Some choices lead, in the end, to war. But through people talking and listening and working things out together, peace is protected. Caring about the problems in the world and even having problems of your own doesn't mean you can't feel peace anymore. There is a special kind of peace that lives inside of each of us. Some people can feel this peace even when they have great pain, fear, or danger. Bless you. Many different philosophies and religious faiths or not teach us about this inside peace and also making peace in the world. Peace is not a gap between times of fighting, I want you to know, or a space where nothing is happening. Peace is something that lives, grows, spreads, and needs to be looked after. So how to be a peacemaker? Here she gives some suggestions. Learn about what is happening in the world around you. Learn about different ways of living and thinking. Be involved in the decisions being made on your behalf by your parents, your teachers, Yeah? You sometimes do that? You talk with your parents when you want to, right? Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes even when you don't. Yep. But first of all, learn about yourself, about why you think, believe, feel, and act as you do. Learn how to listen. Listening is really, really important. To listen, like listening from your heart. You ever did that? Huh? Listen from your heart? It involves love, doesn't it? Yeah? It does. Yeah. Learn how to listen and how to see things from another point of view, like not your own, like it's not about me, it's about us.
It's about you, and it's not about
Yeah.
me, it's not about you, it's about you.
It's about all of us.
Yeah.
Learn how to solve problems peacefully in your life because peace begins with you in your own backyard. So this comes from Australia, and it was written a long time ago. It is interesting that it fits us right now, isn't it? Yeah? It very much is. It was written in first edition, 1990. So a very, wow. So a long time ago. So that's the end of my story. Thank you very much, all of you beautiful, different-looking people, fabulous selves. Go have some fun in the YFM, Youth and Family Ministries, and I'll see y'all later.
Draw upon Spirit for guidance. 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 Listen, trust, discern, believe. Listen, trust, discern, and believe. Divine wisdom flows through me. Divine wisdom flows through me. The Spirit of truth will guide you if you just listen to the wisdom. Open your heart to love's wisdom. I open my heart to love's wisdom. I am, you are, we are divinely guided, divinely guided, divinely guided. I am listening with my heart. Can you listen with your heart? There is a wellspring of wisdom inside of each of us. Trust that wisdom. Trust that wisdom. Listen to that wisdom. Listen to the wisdom.
I'm still feeling that. Y'all feel that? Oh my goodness. Oh, just send her some love. Just. And our Namaste band backing her up and them doing their thing together, vibing for us, yes? Oh, just listen. Listen to our heart. Just breathe that in for a moment, like saying, I'm listening to my heart. And I invite you to take a breath into that listening. Oh, yeah. And what happens when we listen? It's almost like we can hear things that we couldn't hear before, yes? And there are times, just like it talked about a book written in 1990, that we aren't listening. We're not listening from our heart. And it happens everywhere. It happens within us. And then it kind of starts having its own life, and it happens all around us. We see it. We see it in countries, yes, even now, throughout the world, yes. It's all over the news, and you open up your phone, you're going to see it. It's no escaping. You can say, I'm not looking at television, but we're looking in those phones, aren't we? I know. Boy, do I know. Yeah. How many of you go to sleep at night and you look at your phone before you lay down? Before you actually lay your head on the pillow? Not like getting in the bed. You're in the bed knowing it's time to go to sleep. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about. And you know you need to go to sleep, Edith, at 12 p.m., a.m., yeah? And you're getting up at 5. Push it to 5:15. Because I don't want to miss nothing. We didn't do that 10 years ago. Okay. But are we listening? And when we're listening from that heart-filled space, perhaps the whole world will shift because we shifted, yes? And when we look at the world today, do we see peace? Our book was Peace Begins With You, but do we see peace? That's a question for you to answer. Do you see it? Yeah. You do see peace? You don't see peace, right? What do you see? Yes. War. What else? Chaos. What else? Violence. Conflict. So there's war, violence, conflict. Meanness. Yeah. Anger. Intolerance. Yes. Wow. And when we have this, it's almost really dense. You know what I mean? Like, have you been so angry that it was like you put up a wall? And you put that wall up, I think sometimes for protection. And so you're angry, and this wall goes up like a big piece of concrete, and nothing can get in, including peace, including unconditional love. Do you think this might be happening worldwide? That people have put up these concrete walls around their body, and nothing can penetrate it. And the only thing that stands is an angry, concrete-filled body. And these bodies are throwing these energetic darts, like poison, like get away from me. And yet, what we really want is peace. What we really want is love. What we really want is to be accepted. Miss Scholes, in her book, talked about conflict occurring because people, well, they believe they're different, right? Because we look different. And that we all have different needs and wants. She wrote, "We have peace when we understand it is okay to be different." And when we understand it is okay to be different, then those concrete walls start melting and coming down. In order for us to get this understanding, we must have the wisdom to listen. We must have the wisdom to listen. So one day before noon, so it's morning time, this lady named Nancy was at her favorite coffee shop. Now, I won't mention mine, but some of you already know. But wherever you go to have coffee, tea, water, some people have beer in the morning. It's not me. Not anymore anyway. And she was sitting there doing some work because, the free Wi-Fi. And here comes this obvious teenager, walks up, sits down in front of her without asking. She's got an earring in her nose, a piercing in her eyebrow, a piercing underneath her lip. She's got a piercing on her jaw, and a whole bunch of earrings all around her ear, including inside her ear. Nancy looks at her, and this young lady, this teenager, just starts talking. And she talks for 20 minutes straight. And Nancy got this intuitive knowing to just be with her and listen. Nancy looked at her, and they had eye-to-eye contact. She leaned in a way that really got this teenager. And she paid attention. Nancy paid attention. And when this teenager got done, she looked at Nancy, and she had tears in her eyes. And she said, "Thank you. No one has listened to me like you have." She got up from her seat, the teenager, went and got her purchase, her coffee or whatever it was, and walked right out the door, smiling and looking over at Nancy. Can you believe it? I mean, they never even exchanged names. She talked for 20 minutes. Nancy didn't get a chance to get in. She just felt this intuitive knowing to be with this young lady. And what a profound difference that made in that moment. Everyone has needs and wants. Even those who appear to be different. There were some differences between Nancy and this teenager. We see them, right? We have these differences. I've thought about getting some more piercings. Like, would I put it in my nose? Would I put it? Well, I have a granddaughter that's turning 27 on the 26th, and her and her wife they do. And I accept it. I mean, it's like, hey, I remember when you only had one earring in each ear, one. And then I have even more than you see, but that was odd back then. But how are we able to really be with people? And when we are willing to listen to their needs and their wants, people feel seen and heard, like that teenager. And having the wisdom to listen requires us to be present with someone. And there are 3 ways to demonstrate having the willingness and wisdom to listen. It is with eye contact, being present, and paying attention. Now, Vietnamese Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh wrote this, that deep listening is the kind of listening that can help relieve the suffering of another person. That you can call it compassionate listening. You listen with only one purpose, to help him or her or they to empty their heart. So perhaps that teenager on that late morning was emptying her heart. But when she emptied her heart, it touched Nancy's heart, right? Because it can't help. It's that thing that radiates out. Just like anger, love, and compassion will radiate out from us the more that we practice. Now, this wisdom to listening is the listening from our heart. It is what Nancy did. Remember I said she had eye contact. She leaned in, which showed that she was being present. And she paid attention, like really, really paid attention. And her body language, Nancy's, was all on her. And the teenager, this young lady who's practicing to be an adult, felt it. And this is what we're called to do on this day. Now, wisdom just happens to be our power of the month for March. And it is, Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, said this, that wisdom is intuitive knowing. It is the spiritual intuition and the voice of God within. The disciple that is the example of our oh gosh, let me just start over with that one. Our disciple representing wisdom is James, son of Zebedee. And the color is? You got to know it, everybody. It's yellow. And some of you wore yellow and didn't know that you needed to. And some of us were intentional. And the location of wisdom is the pit of our stomach. Is that place, right, where we get that gut feeling. Y'all know what I mean, right? Put your hands on it. You have them, especially when you're sitting down. You don't like to know you have it, but you do. And just say, thank you to my gut. I hear some people saying, you don't want to say it, right? Just say it, say it. Thank you to my gut. Thank you to my gut. Yes, thank you for leading and guiding and directing. When I listen, when I'm willing to listen, we take all of our gut and put it out there. And know this, that the word listen also contains the letters silent. Yeah. That to listen, we have to be silent. And sometimes we're listening to respond and not listening to be. You know what I mean, right? Like you're hearing somebody, they come talking, and you're like, yeah, I'm waiting. When is it going to be a space? I can jump in. Got it. But when we're listening from the silence, we're also listening from that intuition. Now, our Bible verse for today kind of helps us with it, and it is from Psalm chapter 37, verse 4, and it suggests these words. Listen to God in the silence of your heart, and you will know, I'm going to change the pronoun to God's or Spirit's perfect plans for you. Now, in Miss Catherine's book, We understand now, peace begins with us. That when we become willing and have the ability to see and hear each other, there is no room, no need for war, no need for conflict, no need for intolerance. All there is presence, love, beingness, like being with people, kind of like we're being with each other here. We will use the wisdom to listen when we have differences. And we will know, as the book said, it's okay to be different. So how many in here ever felt like somebody told you or you felt like you weren't okay for who you are? Yep. Yeah. Whatever it is, right? Hair, nose, glasses, feet. I think I'm 6 foot tall, but I'm 5'2". You know, I do. It's why I wear heels on Sunday. And all of those things rise up to say to us, you're not enough. You won't be enough. You can't do it. You won't do it because you don't fit in. Yeah? And some of those people who tell us that, they're only telling us that because they're looking into our mirror, wondering, where are they? They're looking at themselves, right? And so when we become at peace with ourselves, accepting of ourselves, then we have the willingness to listen from our heart. That again, it takes these three things. Eye contact, like looking at someone in their eye to eye. Being present, like nodding your head. You do that sometimes when you know, even if you're on the phone, right, and they can't see you, you do it, don't you? I do. Yeah. Or you might put a little something like that in there. Yeah. And a person knows at that moment that you're with them. And you're paying attention with your whole body or parts of your body. So eye contact, being present, and paying attention is how we're demonstrating the willingness to listen. And we have the wisdom to listen with our eyes. We have the wisdom to listen to that still small voice. We have the wisdom to listen from our heart. And that when we do that, everything opens up. That we don't need to have a wall ever again. And so it begins with us. And our affirmation for today will assist us with it. I'm going to say it once and then say it with you, and then we're going to go into meditation to get it all solidified. Our affirmation today is, I am willing to listen from the sacred space of my heart. Together? I am willing to listen from the sacred space of my heart. Again? I am willing to listen from the sacred space of my heart. So just take that in for a moment as we prepare for our time of meditation. I invite you to join me in closing your eyes. And if you would rather keep them open, I invite you to just soften them a little bit and focus on one spot in the room. For we affirm that there is no spot where God is not. We allow ourselves to just simply be. And know that as our eyes are closed, that they are the windows to our heart. And the windows to the world. That we're able to see in a way that we aren't able to see with our eyes wide open. And so I invite you to relax into this moment, being present. Being present in your body and being present wherever you are sitting. Allowing your body to gently melt as if it's one with your seat cushion. And know, dear ones, that peace begins with each of us. Peace begins with each of us. And so we are seeing and affirming in this moment that there is this peace that is moving from the top of our head down through our face, warming up our face, greeting our face, saying hello. And it's moving down through our neck, moving into the heart space. And I invite you to take a moment and think about something, someone, two-legged, four-legged, that you love and appreciate. Could even be an amphibian, no legs. And just bring that thought into your heart. And know that the heart is now expanding with the activity and presence of love. And that love is moving through your whole body, through every cell, through every organ, through every artery, through every vein. And it is waking it all up, saying, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for loving me today. And that our heart is informing our fingers, and our heart is informing our legs, and our heart is informing our feet and our toes, and even our toenails. That with the loving presence of our heart that is moving love throughout our body, that we know it doesn't stay there, it radiates out from us to meet and greet everyone that is in front of us, behind us, to the side of us, to meet and greet all of those out there in the balcony, to meet and greet everyone in the world. We simply allow it to be. And as we go even further and take a time of silence to listen, silence, listen, silence, listen, that we listen to that still small voice within us. And we say to ourselves, I am listening for love. I am listening for love. I am listening for love. In the silence, we join hearts and go deeper together. I am. I am. I am willing to listen for love. May these words be yours. I am willing to listen for love. And in this expanded state of awareness, I invite you to speak the name of anyone who may be willing or need to be willing to listen from their heart, to listen for love. As we listen, for them. I invite you to say their name out loud or silently to yourself. My mother, Laura Arla. My dad, Leonard. My brothers, my sister. My children, my grandchildren. And we have this collectiveness that we are, that is only one heartbeat. And we radiate it out from deep within us to all around us and into the world. And we know peace is possible, for it began with us. In this moment, we are it, and we know it. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen.
Knowing wisdom I'll receive. If I've ever lost my inspiration due to burdens I take on, if my dreams don't seem to flourish, can't remember my heart song, if my energy is failing and I feel I can't go on, I just listen for the whisper that will keep me safe and warm. I listen for the whisper and guidance I perceive. I listen for the whisper, knowing wisdom I'll receive. I listen for the whisper and guidance I receive. I just listen for the whisper, knowing wisdom I'll receive. That will comfort and will for comfort and will bless.
Thank you again, Deletta and the band, and thank you, Rev Edith. And you know, we all have things going on in our lives, and look at the gift she just gave us. Let's say thank you to her. And another way to say thank you is, unfortunately, with those green things in your wallet, or that paper check, or that credit card. Plastic. Yes, the world revolves with plastic. So now is your time to say thank you and to help us keep going so that we are fed by this beautiful spirit in Rev Edith every week. There are envelopes on the back of your chair. You can text, you can call, you can be a consistent giver, which is the easiest way. So thank you in advance. And for the first time, I'm not too fast this week. So together, let's say our love offering blessing. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am so grateful.
She was just checking on the sister, that's all. Good morning. So, what we do today? Let's see. So, here we go in unison. What is the power of the month? Wisdom. And where is it located? And the color is? Yellow. Yes. Oh, and the disciple is? Absolutely. Also, they received, while I'm looking for that, just letting you know that today is March 3rd, and it is World Wildlife Day. So think about what it is that you can do in the world to manifest wildlife continuing to be able to exist on this planet. You know, and I'd be willing to bet that humans are wildlife too, because we're also endangered species. So think about that. You know, in a couple of weeks, we're going to talk about Earth Day, you know, recycle, reuse. So think about that as well. Anyhow, in their packet, they also have what's a West African symbol. They're called Adinkra symbols, and they mean all kinds of things. And this is this month. This is the Adinkra symbol for March, which is Anansi the spider. It represents wisdom and creativity. Last month in their packet, if some of y'all still have them around, they had the Adinkra symbol for wisdom, and I forgot to announce that. So, I'm sorry? Yeah, strength. They had the one for strength last month, and this is this month. Okay? And so we're going to get ready to close. We had quite the interesting discussion today about the different parts of the body. So we have one budding scientist here who says everything comes from the brain, and it does. But we also talked about intuition coming from the pit of our stomach also. Is that not so? Where's wisdom come from? And what did we say that means? Intuition. Yes. Yes. All right, who wants to start off the blessing? Okay, there you go.
I am the light of the world. I live as the light.
Thank you. Who wants to okay, here
You are the light of the world. You live as a light.
everybody, we. Thank you.
And now let's stand for our closing songs together. Up, 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 up. All right, here we go. My friends, I invite you to go out into the world and be willing to share and listen from the sacred space of your heart. Have a wonderful week, everybody. Bye for now.
Mighty, 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 mighty. Mighty, mighty currents of love are flowing through my body and soul. Mighty, mighty currents of love are healing me. Mighty, mighty currents of love are flowing through my body and soul. Mighty, mighty currents of love are healing me. Healing me, healing me. Mighty, mighty currents of peace are flowing through my body and soul. Mighty, mighty currents of peace are healing me. Mighty, mighty currents of peace are flowing through my body and soul. Mighty, mighty currents of peace are healing me. Healing me, healing me. Mighty, mighty currents of joy are flowing through my body and soul. Mighty, mighty currents of joy are healing me. Mighty, mighty currents of joy are flowing through my body and soul. Mighty, mighty currents of joy are healing me. Healing me. currents of light are flowing through my body and soul. Mighty, mighty currents of light are healing me, healing me, healing me, healing me.